Okay, so these are the readings for Maundy Thursday. This is for the 9th of April. And again, welcome in to all of those of you who are viewing on our site. My name is Carl Bucky. I'll be doing the reading of the appointed lessons for today. And again, thank you so much for taking the time to do this. And I hope that we can publicly worship in the very near future when all these incidents are behind us. So without any further ado, we will begin Psalm 116, and it will be verses 1. Sorry about that, darn it. It'll be Psalm 116, verses 1 and 10 through 17. Psalm 116. I love the Lord, because he hath heard my voice and my supplication. I believe, therefore I have spoken. I was greatly afflicted. I said in my haste, all men are liars. What shall I render unto the Lord for all his benefits toward me? I will take the cup of salvation and call upon the name of the Lord. I will pay my vows unto the Lord now in the presence of all his people. Precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his saints. O Lord, truly I am thy servant. I am thy servant and the son of thine handmaid. Thou hast loosed my bonds. I will offer to thee the sacrifice of thanksgiving, and I will call upon the name of the Lord. That is the conclusion of Psalm 116. The next appointed lesson on Maundy Thursday is a reading from the book of Exodus, and it will be verse 12, 1 through 4, 5 through 10, and 11 through 14. Again, Exodus chapter 12. And the Lord spoke unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak ye unto the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for a house. And if the household be too little in the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it, according to the number of souls. Every man according to his eating shall make you count for the lamb. And then the next portion. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. You shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats. And you shall keep up until the 14th day of the same month, and the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. And they shall take of the blood and strike it on the two side posts and on the upper door posts of the house, wherein they shall eat. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it. Eat not of it raw, nor sodden it all with water, but roast with fire, his head with his legs, and with his purtenance thereof. And there shall let nothing of it remain until the morning, and that which remaineth of it in the morning shall burn with fire. And thou shalt eat it in your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand. You shall eat it in haste. It is the Lord's Passover. For I will pass through the land of Egypt that night, and I will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast. And against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am the Lord. And the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where ye are. And I shall see the blood. I will pass over you. And the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you, when I smite the land of Egypt. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial. And ye shall keep it a feast to the Lord throughout your generations. You shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever. And that is the conclusion of the reading from the book of Exodus. The next appointed lesson is a reading from 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verses 23 through 26. For I have received of the Lord that which also was delivered unto you, that the Lord Jesus, the same night in which he was betrayed, took bread. And when he had given thanks, he brake it and said, Take, eat, this is my body, which is broken for you. This do in remembrance of me. And after the same manner also he took the cup, which he had supped, saying, This cup is the New Testament in my blood. This do ye as oft as ye drink it, in remembrance of me. For as often as ye eat this bread and drink this cup, ye do show the Lord's death till he come. And that concludes the reading from Corinthians. And then the final reading is the Gospel of John, verses 13, 1 through 17, 31 through 35. Now before the feast of the Passover, when Jesus knew that his hour was come, that he should depart out of this world unto the Father, having loved his own which were in the world, he loved them until the end. And supper being ended, the devil having now put into the heart of Judas Iscariot, Simon's son, to betray him, Jesus, knowing that the Father had given all things unto his hand, and that he was come from God and went to God, he riseth from supper, and laid aside his garments, and took a towel, and girded himself. Then he poureth water into a basin, and began to wash the disciples' feet, and to wipe them with the towel wherewith he was girded. Then cometh he to Simon Peter, and Peter saith unto him, Lord, dost thou wash my feet? Jesus answered and said unto him, What I do thou knowest not now, but thou shalt know hereafter. Peter saith unto him, Thou shalt never wash my feet. Jesus answered him, If I wash thee not, thou hast no part with me. Simon Peter said unto him, Lord, not my feet only, but also my hands and my head. Jesus saith unto him, He that is washed needeth not save to wash his feet, but is clean every whit. And ye are clean, but not all. For ye know who shall betray him. Therefore said he, Ye are not all clean. So after he had washed their feet, and had taken his garments, and was set down again, he said unto them, Know ye what I have done to you? Ye call me Master and Lord. Ye say well, for so I am. Therefore, when he was gone out, Jesus said, Now is the Son of Man glorified, and God is glorified in him. If God be glorified in him, God shall also glorify him in himself, and shall straightway glorify him. Little children, yet a little while I am with you. You shall seek me, and as I said unto the Jews, whither I go, ye cannot come. So now I say unto you, a new commandment I give you, so that you love one another as I have loved you, that ye also love one another. By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if you have love one to another. The word of the Lord. Thus that ends the lessons for Maundy Thursday.